than generalizing it. When you generalize or extrapolate the information, you don't know for sure that this trend will continue, but you assume it will. For example, let's have a number sequence 6, 9, 12, 15. The obvious answer to this is 18. But we don't know that but we are not 100% sure about this. This is what inductive reasoning is all about. Looking at the given data, making a generalization, and extrapolating the pattern. The judgment may or may not be true, whereas in deductive reasoning, the conclusions are mostly true based on the given data. Thank you.
Thank you, Maple, for telling us about types of reasoning. So now let's move forward. We all know about Aryabhatta, who invented zero, without which all calculations are worthless. The one who made our country proud. So now Harshita Bhati will tell us more about Aryabhatta.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am going to tell about Aryabhatta and his contribution in mathematics. Aryabhatta was one of the major mathematician, astronomer from the classical age of Indian mathematics and Indian astronomy. Aryabhatta was born around 476 CE in Kusamapur, Patliputra. His works include the Aryabhatiya, a compendium of mathematics and astronomy, was extensively referred in Indian mathematical literature and has survived to modern times. His contribution in mathematics is unmatched and cannot be ignored, as he was the one who deduced the approximate value of pi, which we found to be 3.14. And he contributes to trigonometry and algebra. Aryabhatta provides simple solutions to complex mathematical problems of the time, like summing the first and integer and square and cubes of these integer, and also derives the correct formula of triangles and squares, triangle and circles. And he also played a very important role formation of the table of signs and determining the place value system and discovering the zero. And he worked on the summation series of square roots and cube roots, and also regarded as the first to use in the place value system. So Aryabhatta had a very huge contribution in mathematics.
Thank you, Harshita. Thank you, Harshita. The discovery of zero has been a remarkable journey, and it was a great discovery in the history of mathematics. It is said to be the greatest abstraction of human mind. And so now we have Jia Agarwal, who is going to elaborate the philosophy of zero.
Zero is a strange number and one of the greatest paradoxes of human thought. It means everything and nothing. But how zero entered our lives? Babylonians around 700 BC used two hooks to denote an empty space in positional notation. Aryabhatta, one of the greatest mathematician astronomer, he devised a number system which had no zero as a positional system but used to denote empty space. Also, there is an evidence that a dot has been used in earlier manuscripts to denote an empty space. But later, Aryabhatta gave the digit zero, for which he became immortal. He used zero for the first time to define decimal system. Initially, shape of zero was exactly same as the letter O. It is only today that there is a distinction between letter O and zero. And zero is well known today as it holds the highest value today. It is the greatest invention on which every calculation depends. Thank you.
So now
You
we have
people
understood.
mentioned, just a minute, upgrade. You people have not mentioned the main thing about Aryabhatta, that is explanation of lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. He was the first person who has given this lunar eclipse and solar eclipse concept. Rotation of Earth on its axis, reflection of light by moon, sinusoidal functions, solution of single variable, even quadratic equation, value of pi to the 4 decimal places. He was the first person who has given quadratic equation value of pi up to the correct 4 decimal places. Even diameter of Earth, he was the first person in the universe who has given the diameter of Earth calculation of the length of sidereal hair even. And after that, his notable things were copied by the European people, Greek people, but first it was given by Aryabhatta.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am. Surely Aryabhatta was one of the great mathematicians. Ma'am, he has contributed in numerous things in the field of mathematics.
Basically, he was an astronomer, but he has worked for the mathematics also. He was a physicist as well as astronomer. Yes, you can move now.
Yes, ma'am. So now we have understood the philosophy and use of zero. But what about its journey, its discovery, and its existence? This topic is even much important to understand the existence of zero. So now we have Mrinal Sharma, who is going to express his views about the journey of zero.
Where is Mrinal?
Ma'am, I think he has not joined the meeting. So I think we should move forward.
Okay.
So I would like to say that we all see Sudoku every day in newspaper, but most of us don't do it because we find it boring. And why we find it boring? Because we don't know how to solve it. So here we have Pratham Shelani to tell you about Sudoku.
Good morning, teachers and my friends. I am Pratham of class 10C, and today I am going to explain about Sudoku. It is a logic-based combinatorial number placement puzzle. The name Sudoku came from Japan and consists of Japanese character su meaning number and doku means single. But wait, it was not invented in Japan. It was originally invented in Switzerland and then traveled to Japan by the way of America. In the classic Sudoku, the objective is to fill a 9x9 grid with a digit so that each column and each row consist of all the digits from 1 to 9. The puzzle settler provides a partially completed grid for which a well-posed puzzle has a single solution. There is a rule in puzzle that the same single integer may not appear twice in the same row and the column. So now, as you all are aware of the rules to solve Sudoku, you can give one a try. I'm showing that on the screen.
Yeah, children, those who are watching, they can have copy pencil with you and you can solve in. Yes, Pratham, you are telling us how to solve it or you are giving us this job to do?
Ma'am, ma'am, now I have told them the rules so they can solve them it later after the webinar.
Okay.
Ma'am, they can click a screenshot of the image.
Will you please repeat the rules once again?
Okay, ma'am, sure. In the classic Sudoku, the objective is to fill a 9x9 grid with digits so that each column and each row contains all the digits from 1 to 9. The puzzle settler provides a partially completed grid. There is one more rule that the same single integer may not appear twice in the same row and the column.
Okay. Okay, we will try it definitely.
Yes, ma'am. So now we can move forward. Thank you, Pratham. Now we will surely solve it in the newspaper daily. Thank you for telling us the rules. Shakuntala Devi was an Indian writer and mental calculator, popularly known as the human computer. So now we have Priyanshi Shahrawat, who will tell us more about Shakuntala Devi.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today I am here to tell you about Shakuntala Devi, the human computer. Mathematical genius Shakuntala Devi, nicknamed as Human Computer, was known for her ability to make complex mental calculations. She found a slot in the Guinness Book of World Record for her outstanding ability. She was an Indian writer and mental calculator, popularly known as human computer. Devi strove to simplify numerical calculations for students. Her talent earned her a place in the 1982 edition of the Guinness Book of World Records. However, the certificate for the record was given on 30th July 2020. Despite Devi achieved her world record on 18 June 1980 at Imperial College, London. Devi was a precious child and she demonstrated her arithmetic abilities at the University of Mysore without any formal education. Devi wrote a number of books in her later years, including novels as well as the texts about mathematics, puzzles, and astrology. She wrote the book The World of Homosexuals, which is considered the first study of homosexuality in India. On 18 June 1980, she demonstrated the multiplication of 13-digit number. These numbers were picked at random by the Department of Computing at Imperial College. She correctly answered in 28 seconds, which was the time taken by her to speak the answer. The event was recorded in 1982 Guinness Book of Records, and she was died in April 2013 in Bangalore in princely state of Mysore. Thank you.
India has surely given birth to innumerable scientists, mathematicians, and many more great artists. So now let's know about trigonometry. Trigonometry is the only branch of mathematics concerned with the specific functions of angle and their application to calculate distances. There are various instruments developed for measuring height and distances on the basis of angle of elevation, but clinometer is one of the most commonly used applications. So we have Sakshi Rai to give her explanation about working of a clinometer.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sakshi Rai, and today my topic for explanation is working of a clinometer. Now, first of all, let us know about the device used for measuring height and distance. Captain William Abbe was at the School of Engineering at Cantham, England in 19th century, and he invented many ingenious surveying instruments, including clinometer. Clinometer is an optical device used for measuring elevation angles above horizontal. By using the principle of clinometer, the height and distance of tall objects can be calculated from the angles measured. Basically, this application is used by civil engineers, city planners, surveyors, etc. to measure height, distance, and bases of tall objects. So this is a model of a clinometer. And here I am going to set it to see the top of the guitar. Here you can see right now the angle of elevation is 90 degree. So I have got the angle of elevation 45 degree. Now I am showing a rough diagram. You can see here this is a guitar, and here let's take this as a human being. Here he is pointing to the guitar. So as I have shown you earlier, the angle of elevation got was 45 degree. Now let's I am taking some simple values so that the solution is simple. First of all, look at this. The distance from the ground to the eye is 0. I have taken it. Let's say the distance between the guitar and the human being is 3 meters. So what we have got is angle of elevation equals to 45 degree. Length between the eye and the guitar is 3 meters above the eye. That means we need to find AB. So we know that tan theta equals to L by H. We have L equals to 3, and we need to find H. So we know to 3 by H. This means H equals to 3 meter. Now total length of this guitar will be AB plus CD. That means we have already given that CD. That means the height from the ground to the eye. So we have CD equals to 0.5 meter and AB is 3 that we have got from this formula. That means total how clinometer works. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Sakshi. This was really a great explanation. So now we move forward. One of the most unique numbers in mathematics is pi, the never-ending number. So let us hear about its brief history, some facts about it by Pratika Gupta.
Abhikrit, 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I am asking a question first before you move ahead. Where is clinometer used in daily routine? Is it useful? Where are we using it? We are not talking of class 10 syllabus. Where is it used?
It is used in civil engineering, and it is also used in surveys. Geologists use this.
So you must tell this thing also. People who are students who are listening to, they must come to know about it. Why we are just talking about clinometer? Where is it useful? What is the application of this? This is not only it is used in civil engineering as well as architecture. It is used in building roads, bridges, etc. So you must tell these things also. Okay, move ahead. Okay, move ahead.
Ma'am, is my voice clear?
Abhikrit, you are not audible.
Ma'am, I think I have some network problem.
Your voice is cracking, Abhikrit. Yeah, it's cracking almost.
Who is the next person? Pratika? Who is the next one? Abhikrit, आपने mute कर दिया है.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pratika Gupta, and today I'll tell you a brief history about pi and some facts related to it. So first of all, what is pi? The number pi is a mathematical constant. It is defined as the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter, and it also has various equivalent definitions. It appears in many formulas in all areas of mathematics and physics. It is approximately equal to 3.14159. It has been represented by the Greek letter pi since the mid-18th century and is spelled out as pi. It is also referred to as Archimedes constant. Pi has been almost known for 4,000 years. Here is a brief history of finding pi. The ancient Babylonians calculated the area of a circle by taking 3 times the square of its radius, which gave a value of pi equals to 3. One Babylonian tablet indicates a value of 3.1254 pi, which is a closer approximation. The Rhind papyrus gives us insight into the mathematics of ancient Egypt. The Egyptians calculated the area of a circle by a formula that gave the approximate value of pi to be 3.1605. The first calculation of pi was done by Archimedes of Syracuse, one of the greatest mathematicians of the ancient world. Archimedes approximated the area of a circle by using the Pythagoras theorem to find the areas of 2 regular polygons, the polygon inscribed within the circle and the circle within which the circle was circumscribed. Since the actual area of the circle lies between the areas of the inscribed and circumscribed polygons, the area of the polygon gave upper and lower bounds for the area of the circle. Archimedes knew that he had not found the value of pi, but only an approximation within those limits. In this way, Archimedes showed that pi is between 3 1/7 and 3 10/71. Mathematicians began using the Greek letter pi in the 1700s. Introduced by William Jones in 1706, use of the symbol was popularized by Leonhard Euler, who adopted it in 1737. Now I'll tell you some facts about pi. First fact, since the exact value of pi can never be calculated, we will never be able to find the exact circumference or area of a circle. Second, March 14 or 3/14 is celebrated as Pi Day because 3.14 are the first digits of pi. Math nerds around the world love celebrating this infinitely long, never-ending number. Third, the record for reciting the most number of decimal places of pi was achieved by an Indian. Yes, an Indian. Razvi Meena at VIT University, Vellore, India, on 21st March 2015, he was able to recite 70,000 decimal places of pi. To maintain the sanctity of the record, Razvi wore a blindfold throughout the duration of the record, which took an astonishing 10 hours. Fourth, pi is actually a part of Egyptian mythology. People in Egypt believed that the pyramids of Giza were built on the principles of pi. The vertical height of the pyramids have the same relationship with the perimeter of their base as the relationship between a circle's radius and its circumference. The pyramids are phenomenal structure and one of the 7 wonders of the world. Fifth fact, Emma Haruko Ewald set the newest Guinness World Record for the most accurate value of pi in 2019. The Google employee and her team calculated 31,415,535,897 digits of pi, touching the previous record by trillions of digits. It would take 3,32,064 years to say those 31.4 trillion digits of the number. Thank you.
Very well explained, Pratika. Well done.
Mathematics reveals its secret only to those who approach it with pure love for its own beauty. This beautiful quote is said by one of the greatest mathematicians, Archimedes. So let us now know more about him by Khagesh.
Good evening to everyone. Today I am going to utter some words about Archimedes. Maybe you would not be knowing him, but be definitely aware of his findings or theories, and you would be using it too in your daily life. So now, inventions and theories. Archimedes was born in the city of Syracuse on the island of Siliki in 287 BC. He was the son of an astronomer and mathematician named Phidias Archimedes, not because no one of his time wrote about him, but because we lost that data. Although today he is best known for his formulating Archimedes' principle, also known as law of buoyancy, etc. He also observed many other laws of physics and recorded his observation and mathematical theorems. Some of his renowned theorems Archimedes screw, which is used to take things from ground to upper level. He in his time has given the approximate value of pi, which compares well with actual, which is a story about Archimedes. Archimedes, how he found which is the step. Now I will tell you a story about how he found Archimedes' principle of class 11th. Once King Heroine of Syracuse had ordered goldsmith to make crown for him with pure gold, but he was not satisfied with the claim of goldsmith that it was of pure gold. So he called many. Then he called Archimedes and told him to prove that this crown is not made of pure gold as claimed by goldsmith. And if he could not do this, then he would be punished to death. Archimedes thought long and hard. Just before he would be hanged, he filled his bathtub thinking about that question. Soon after, he filled bathtub and entered in it. Water spilled out of his over edges and realized equal to the weight of his body. Knowing that gold was heavier than the other metal, the crown maker could have substituted in. Archimedes had his method to determine the crown was not naked through the street from his home to king, shouting Eureka, which means I found it. And this led to the discovery of this principle.
Now we have Twinkle, who will explain about use of maths in daily life.
Good afternoon, respected ma'am, and good afternoon, respected teachers, and my dear friends. I am Twinkle of class 10th will express my views on the topic of maths in real life. Maths have been playing a crucial role in our day-to-day life. It's easy and effortless to connect maths in our real world. We could find such as online classes, banks, hospitals, etc. Maths is somehow used every day in our daily courses, as well as maths is indulged in almost every part, which not only is used in calculation part, but more into applications based on math world, helping mankind explain and create. From playing games to playing music, maths plays vital role to help students fine-tune their creativity and turn their dreams into reality. Mathematics is not about numbers, equations, computations, or algorithms.
Sakshi, I think Mrinal has joined. You can ask him to speak his lines, whatever he has prepared. Mrinal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So just continue that topic.
Good evening, everyone, respected teachers and my friends. It's me, Mrinal, your classmate, to speak a bit about the journey and life of zero. Zero, a number that came from nothing to everything. But who invented it? Proud to say he was an Indian scholar, Brahmagupta. He invented or defined zero in 628 AD. Among the greatest mathematicians of all time, Aryabhatta used it within the decimal system. Well, the concept didn't stop here. Arab merchants encountered zero and carried it to the west. Well, as I talked about Aryabhatta, something is here to know more about him. Aryabhatta was a great astronomer too. He found the approximate value of pi to be 3.1 shine because of sunlight and some other astronomical facts. Let's get back to the topic. What if there was no zero? Ever thought of that? Let me explain you. Without zero, modern electronics wouldn't exist. There would have been no calculus, which means no modern engineering or automation. Literally, the modern world would fall apart. But we now have no fear of it, as we have zero, our secret as zeros. We all are familiar with million, billion, trillion, and quadrillion, and so on. What do we call a number with 100 zeros? Any answer or guesses? It is called gazillion or a googol. There is another number, we call it a millennium, a number with 1 followed by 3003 zeros. Ever think on which scale would be the number? But it is not official. The largest billion number is centillion, equal to 1 followed by 100 zeros. Or you can say 1 googol or gazillion. Now there are a lot of zeros, so I must leave. Zero can be used to create huge numbers without putting different integers or digits in it. Just we need to add a zero. For example, 90 is bigger than 9, 900 is bigger than 90. We just added a zero at last. It enjoys a specific position between negative and positive and hence act as the only neutral number. It has a basic duty to form computer programs. Mathematics to all for listening up a speech full of zeros. Thank you.
So now
Ma'am, you are mute.
भावना मैम अपना अनम्यूट करिए साउंड
If meeting will end within some minutes, you can join again, all the teachers and students. If it will end, you can join again. Yes, continue.
Now we have Pranav who will tell us about the most famous mathematician Ramanujan, Srinivas Ramanujan.
Can I speak my topic in next meeting? It is going to end in few seconds.
Everyone.
Okay.